that show up at our doorstep are people that are looking for a renewable or green or a high-performing home, whatever you want to call it. But they're in all price ranges and in all locales. Right now I've got a home going up in Hearn, Texas, one in Mineola, Texas. We just finished one at Eagle Mountain Lake. I've got one getting ready to go up in Keller.
What's your smallest square footage? And
836.
And is that?
And I love it.
Nice. No, I think you and I were kind of talking about this before, and it seems that the death of the McMansion has finally happened, where people are finally getting away from having that great big 6,000 square foot house for two people. And
the largest home we've built in the last 10 years is about 5,000 square feet, and usually they're smaller than that. I tell people the greenest thing they can do is cut down the size of their home. They're going to use less materials. They're going to use less energy to keep it comfortable.
And they may get closer to their families in the process.
Yes. And I mean, this is the way it used to be. My grandfather, he's just turned 100, and he lives in a small 1,400 square foot house, and he's been there since 1950s, and that's what my mom grew up in. That's what they all had. It was not that big of a place. And now all of a sudden everything gets bigger and you get more. Well, then you have to put heat and cool all that air, and more you're using more electricity, you're using more things. And as we get more and more people that are especially moving here to the Dallas area, I think people are really starting to pay attention to maybe big is not the best idea.
That's one of the reasons White Rock Crossing is so exciting to us. The houses, by zoning, I have to have at least 1,500 square feet, but I don't have to get any bigger than that.
Yeah.
And there will be 17 homes in a community, and they'll have a common house that they will all share in. All the homes are designed so they face each other. They kind of face an internal park, if you will.
Now, talk to me about co-housing and what that means.
It's basically intentional community.
Okay.
If you're trying to be renewable, it's kind of hard. If everybody's got their own yard, everybody's got their own lawnmower, everybody, right now, since probably World War II, we've been doing this. We go out and we cut more streets, and people drive home, and they go in the garage. The garage door comes down, and they don't even meet their neighbors. And the next day they get up and go to work. And this experiment, in some cases, is kind of gone bad.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to get back into community, and a co-housing project is an intentional community where people share a lot of things. I only need one lawnmower to take care of a co-housing yard. Everybody shares a common yard. They even have some meals they serve together, but it's up to them what they want to do.
It's bringing back a true neighborhood aspect.
Community garden,
yeah,
things like that.
We've got 2 minutes left here. I wanted to bring up one other point before we wrap it up. So I had an interesting conversation with some appraisers the other day, and it was a panel of appraisers, and I had asked them the question, how do you appraise a house now that there's a spot for a HERS rating and geothermal on the MLS? How do you appraise that house and give it value? And I want to know what your experience with that has been, since you have a house that is a 41. Do you get any more out of it?
We don't have troubles with appraisals.
Yeah.
Okay. And sometimes our house, we build some houses that certainly cost more than the average home out there. It's a process of educating the appraisers.
Mm-hmm.
What we kept the utility bills of every home we built for 15 years, and sharing those utility bills with appraisers meant more than anything we ever did.
That's fantastic.
Telling them, oh, it's energy efficient. Well, that's what every builder says.
What's the price range there at White Rock Crossing?
Oh, gee.
Starts in the 260s.
Wow, that's very affordable.
Impressive, especially since the surrounding homes are selling for about $300,000 and they're 60 years old.
And where exactly is White Rock Crossing?
It's off of Lake Highlands in Easton, and if you want to come out, we're there every Tuesday at 2 p.m. to walk you through the community and show you the plans.
Very cool. Very neat. Well, we're about to wrap up here. We've got, a minute left or so. I wanted to give Stephanie a shout-out one more time to say where we can find her, and then give Jim a shout-out to see where we can find him.
Great. If you want to call me directly, you can call me at 214-563-5769, or you can visit me at Green Home Residential. Email is Ebbesen, that is STEPHEBBESEN @gmail.com, and then also please tune in to MissGreenHome.com.
That's your blog.
That's my blog.
Nice. And where can we find you, Jim?
Just fairly easy. Just AndersonSargent.com.
AndersonSargent.com. All right. And this is Clayton Bailey with Green Scene Home Inspections signing off. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.